Meanwhile, in Dichtersruhe, the Goethe Award was on everyone's lips. There was talk of nothing else. 10,000 Swiss francs was a handsome sum. Generally, a writer settles for a fake gold plaque and the applause of a scanty audience. But when money is associated with glory, it was only a few days before everyone in the village knew about it. The Goethe Award was becoming the most coveted prize in all of Switzerland. Not only was there a nice stash to pocket, but also the promise of seeing one's book published in a very prestigious series, the imprint reserved for the great names of German language literature, no less. But did this prestigious imprint really exist? Did the publishing house really exist? I wondered if anyone had ever bothered to look into it, but evidently no one had deemed it necessary. Without realizing it, the inhabitants of Dichtersruhe were losing their heads. When they found out that I was responsible for the first screening of the manuscripts we'd received, they began to besiege me. They stopped me on the street or showed up at the door with some excuse or other so they could influence my selection in favor of a son, a brother, a relative. Never, as at that time, had the church been lit by so many candles. Never before had the collection boxes overflowed with the offerings of silver coins. Even in the privacy of the confessional, they gave it a try. They did not come straight to the point, but circled around it as if it were a plate of hot soup. There was always someone who was interceding for someone else, and it always involved salvation of the soul, conversion, and repentance, as if great literature were the work of pious people motivated by good intentions. Quite the contrary. Nonetheless, people often confuse literary talent with moral integrity. They are inclined to measure their own lives by the criterion of the most banal literature, that which exalts positive values, in which everything is resolved for the collective good, wherein the wicked lose and the good triumph. But if it were all so simple, I wouldn't be here telling this story.